Well, the pandemic has been devastating for millions of businesses right around the world. There's no doubt about that. Women's empowerment and leadership expert Anjani Amriit says that resilience is the key to rebounding, and she's here for more. Great to see you.
Thank you so much, Holly. Great to see you too.
Now, you speak about resilience being the key for businesses to rebound and reboot after the pandemic. Why is resilience so important for businesses?
Well, it's really important because normal resilience, what we call normal resilience, is we respond to a crisis through that stress response. So it's the fight or flight response, or the freeze. And businesses tend to tread water. It doesn't really bring new solutions, and it just emphasizes the status quo. Whereas when we're looking at inner resilience and building inner resilience for business owners, they're not freezing. And at the moment, what we're seeing is businesses are in that freeze response. They're waiting for someone or something, restrictions to lift, or clients or customers to change their mind or come back. And I can understand that. We can understand that, but it doesn't help. So when we learn to build those inner resilience muscles, we can take a step back from that stress response, and we can actually control it. We can manually override it, come back into rest and digest, and then we can regulate our response, be more calm, and that's the beginning really of inner resilience.
Yeah, and people talk about in business, outsourcing things that they're overwhelmed with, but you focus on insourcing. But what does that actually mean, and why is that important?
Yes, insourcing is the ability to really manage the business of ourselves. So our emotions, our thoughts, our beliefs, and even our energy levels. And business owners are the most fragile. There was a study conducted last year in the States by the National Academy of Sciences, and they were looking at the outcomes and expectations of the pandemic on business owners. And what they found were business owners are actually the most mentally and emotionally fragile, or have been affected most in those areas. And so when we're insourced, we're not reliant on any external activities or circumstances or even people to be able to manage ourselves and manage our businesses. It's pretty much like driving your own car. You're in the car, you've got the headlights on, you're fueled up, and you have a roadmap. You know where you're going, and you can carve a decent road for yourself that's not going with whatever anyone else is doing. So this is the most simple way in which we can really foster a positive response to a pandemic. It brings us peace of mind, and it allows us to thrive in a pandemic.
Now, how do I actually go about training your inner resilience and actually building that muscle up?
Well, it doesn't take a lot of time, so that's the good news. People think, oh no, I've got to do all this work on myself, and you really don't. That's the great news. Because it's in-source, we don't rely on anyone or anything externally. We don't have to make anyone do anything different. It's all inside of us. So the first way is we can just breathe deeply when we notice ourselves going into that stress response. Just take some deep breaths. That is manually overriding that stress response. And then we simply ask ourselves, what do I need right now in this moment? What is it that I need? And then just calmly talk ourselves through our needs. And these two simple steps are really the start of insourcing our own needs and building that inner resilience, so that we're kicking goals and we're able to have much more positive actions and responses and decisions for our businesses.
Remarkable stuff. Some really great advice there. Thank you so much for coming on to Ticker. We'll speak with you soon.
Thank you.